What if I told you that a coin sitting in your pocket right now could be worth serious money? Not hundreds, not thousands. We are talking about a coin that collectors are chasing hard, and most people have no idea it even exists. Stay right here, because today on World Pocket Coins, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about quarters in recent memory, the Mayflower Compact Quarter. And more importantly, we are going to show you the specific error that could make one of these coins worth an absolute fortune. I am not kidding when I say this. People are finding these in their everyday change, in their car cup holders, in their couch cushions, and they are completely unaware of what they are holding. So grab every quarter you have nearby. Seriously, pause this video right now, go grab your change jar, and come back. I will wait. Okay, you ready? Let us get into it. First, let us talk about what the Mayflower Compact Quarter actually is, because understanding the coin is the first step to spotting the error. This quarter is part of the United States Mint's American Women Quarters program. It celebrates the Mayflower Compact, one of the most significant documents in American democratic history, signed in 1620 by the Pilgrim settlers aboard the Mayflower ship. The design on the reverse of this coin is absolutely stunning. You see a hand holding a quill pen, actively signing that historic document. It is bold, it is detailed, and that detail, my friends, is exactly where things get interesting when errors occur. Now let us talk production numbers, because this is where your jaw is going to drop a little. This coin entered circulation on January 5th. The United States Mint began offering rolls and bags to the public starting February 5th. In December alone, the Denver Mint struck 48.8 million of these quarters, and Philadelphia hammered out 31 million. Then in January, production exploded. Denver added another 85.6 million coins. Philadelphia added 73.2 million. February saw 35 million from Denver and 40.4 million from Philadelphia. And then March wrapped up with a smaller final run of 600,000 coins exclusively from Philadelphia. When you add all of that up, you get 169.4 million coins from Denver, 145.2 million coins from Philadelphia, and a combined total of 314.6 million Mayflower Compact Quarters produced overall. That is a massive number. And here is the thing about massive production runs. The bigger the production, the higher the chance that error coins slip through quality control. It happens every single time with high-volume mint runs. History proves it over and over again. Now here is the moment you have been waiting for. The specific high-value error to look for on the Mayflower Compact Quarter. We are talking about what is being identified in the numismatic community as a dramatic die clash error combined with a double die obverse. Think of this as the coin world's version of a fingerprint. It is unique, it is rare, and it dramatically increases the value of the coin. Let me explain this visually so you can understand exactly what you are looking for. A die clash error happens during the minting process when the two dies, the obverse die and the reverse die, strike each other without a coin blank in between them. When this happens, each die picks up a ghost impression of the opposite side. So what you end up with on the coin is a faint but visible mirror image of the reverse design bleeding into the obverse design, or vice versa. On the Mayflower Compact Quarter, collectors and error specialists are reporting instances where you can see elements of the quill pen and signing hand faintly ghosted behind George Washington's portrait on the head side of the coin. Now pair that with a double die obverse, and you have something truly special. A double die occurs when the die itself is hubbed twice during manufacturing and the second impression is slightly misaligned. The result on the coin is that letters, numbers, and design elements appear doubled or show a shadow effect. On this specific error coin, look closely at the lettering that reads Liberty above Washington's portrait. Look at the date. Look at the word I in God we trust. If you see any of those letters appearing to have a shadow, a slight doubling, or an echo effect, you need to stop what you are doing and set that coin aside immediately. Here is how to check this at home. You need a loupe or a magnifying glass, at least 5x magnification, though 10x is ideal. Hold the coin under a direct light source, not overhead lighting, but a direct angled light. Tilt the coin slightly so the light schemes across the surface. This is called raking light, and it reveals surface irregularities and doubling that flat overhead lighting completely hides. Look at the high points of the design first. The lettering, the date, and Washington's profile near the hairline details. If you spot doubling in those areas and you notice any faint ghost-like imagery that does not belong, anything that looks like it is from the reverse showing up on the obverse, you very likely have a die clash double die error coin. And I want you to think about this for a second. With 314.6 million of these quarters produced, even a tiny fraction of 1% being error coins translates into potentially hundreds of thousands of error specimens out there right now, sitting in circulation, waiting to be found by someone just like you. So what is this coin actually worth? Let us talk numbers. A standard Mayflower Compact Quarter in circulated condition is worth face value 25 cents. A mint state uncirculated example grades out at anywhere from $1 to about $5, depending on the grade. But a confirmed double die obverse error on this coin, especially one that is clearly visible under magnification, is currently generating significant collector interest in the range of $250 to $750 for mid-grade examples. Now, if you happen to have a coin that combines the double die obverse with a visible die clash, you are looking at potential values that serious collectors and auction houses are estimating could push into the range of $1,500 to $3,000 or more for a high-grade example. Some of the most dramatic and well-documented error specimens on high-profile modern quarters have sold at auction for well over $5,000. The coin collecting community is absolutely on fire for modern error coins right now, and the Mayflower Compact Quarter is sitting right in the middle of all of that excitement. All right, so let us say you have done the check. You have used your loop. You have used raking light. And you are looking at a coin that genuinely appears to show doubling or a die clash. What do you do next? Do not clean the coin. I cannot stress this enough. I know it is tempting. You want it to look shiny and impressive. But cleaning a coin destroys its numismatic value almost entirely. Collectors and grading services can spot cleaning under magnification, and a cleaned coin, no matter how rare the error, will grade as damaged. Put it in a coin flip, which is a small plastic holder, to protect it, and leave it alone. Document it. Take photographs under good lighting before you do anything else. Use a smartphone with a macro mode or a dedicated camera. Photograph both sides. Photograph the specific areas showing the error up close. These photographs are your record and will help experts evaluate the coin remotely before you spend money on formal grading. Submit it for professional grading. The two major third-party grading services are PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, which stands for Numismatic Guarantee Company. Both are widely respected in the hobby. When you submit a coin to these services, their experts examine it, authenticate it, grade it on the standard 70-point Sheldon scale, and seal it in a tamper-evident holder called a slab. A slab from PCGS or NGC dramatically increases buyer confidence and the coin's market value. Fees for submission vary, but basic submissions typically start around $30 to $50 per coin. For a coin potentially worth hundreds or thousands, that is a very worthwhile investment. Once slabbed, you have options for selling. The most effective platforms right now for error coins are eBay, which has a massive numismatic buyer base, Heritage Auctions, which is the world's largest numismatic auction house, and Stacksbauer's Galleries, another highly respected auction firm. You can also connect directly with error coin specialists through forums like the Coin Community Forum or through the combined organizations of Numismatic Error Collectors of America, known as CANECA. These communities are incredibly knowledgeable and often have buyers ready and waiting for documented errors on popular modern coins. Here is the bottom line, and I want you to really hear this. The Mayflower Compact Quarter is a brand new coin. It is flooding the market right now. Over 314 million of them are out there. Most people are spending them without a second glance. But within that massive sea of quarters, there are error coins. Real ones. Documented ones. Coins that collectors will pay serious money for. And those coins are passing through ordinary hands every single day. The difference between the person who finds one and the person who spends it unknowingly is nothing more than knowledge and a few minutes of careful examination. You now have that knowledge. You are ahead of the game. So go check your change. Go check your rolls. Go check that change jar you have been ignoring on your dresser. Because the next coin you look at could genuinely change your day, and maybe a whole lot more than that. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and drop a comment down below. Tell me whether you have already seen a Mayflower Compact Quarter in your change. And while you are down there, let me know what other coins you want us to cover next on World Pocket Coins. Your suggestions literally drive this channel. Hit that like button if you learned something today, and subscribe if you have not already, because we are dropping new coin content every single week. Error coins, key dates, variety guides, and everything in between. Until next time, keep checking your change. Keep hunting. And remember, treasure is closer than you think.